Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. What's going on? Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be welcoming the new car into the stable, and this is the all-new 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Again, if you're not new to my channel, you've probably seen some of my previous videos. You might have noticed that there used to be a Monte Carlo blue Stelvio in some of the background on some of my videos. We actually just traded that in and upgraded to the new 2020. Visually, not too much has changed. Body style still the same. Still got the really cool headlights up here with the LED DHLs. You can still get the 20-inch wheel option. Interior's all pretty much the same. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a walkthrough real quick before we start diving into it. But yeah, I figured I'd start making some videos on one of these things too, since there's not too much out there. That doesn't mean we're gonna stray away from the Rebel. We're still gonna be doing a lot of Rebel videos, but I'm gonna have some fun with this too. This actually isn't my car, it's my wife's car. This is her daily driver. So I think what we're gonna kind of do with this series is just some subtle little changes to just kind of make it look unique and still keep that daily driver reliability. So let's dive into it and check it out. So right off the bat, the biggest difference I have between this one and the current, or the one I used to have, is obviously the color. This honestly looks exactly the same as the black that you would get from Ram. It's a different name. They call this Volcano Black, and on the Ram I believe it's like I don't know, like pearl black metallic or something like that. But you can see all that metallic flake in there. It's the same on the Stelvio, and since they're both FCA vehicles, you know, there is some relationship here. I'm gonna go out and say that I wouldn't be surprised if it's the exact same color, but I think it looks great. I'm a huge fan of the black on the Ram, so to kind of step into a black Stelvio, I was all about it. For 2020, now they offer kind of like their blackout package. It's called like the Nero something, I'm not too sure. I'll write it down somewhere below. But basically, with that, you get the blacked out wheels, you get the blackout V in the grill right here. You also get the blacked out emblems. If you don't, you know, on the other package, it's the still full color emblem, just like that right there. So you get that, get all the window trim, that's all blacked out as well. The roof rails, that gets blacked out. And then you get the blackout badging and the blacked out exhaust tips, and you get the diffuser that's blacked out as well. That package, in my opinion, is 100% worth it. I think it's a $900 option you can get from the dealer. But if you wanted to powder coat your wheels, which I did on my past Stelvio, that was 500 bucks. And then you wanted to get, you know, all the other trim pieces painted, you're well over $900 doing all that. I definitely think that's a good option to get. Okay, I actually just looked up what that package was called. It's called the Nero Edizione. It's Italian, I'm assuming. But what you also get is you actually get these wheels themselves. So not just, you know, the actual blacking out of the wheels, but these are the 20-inch upgraded wheels, which are now included in that blackout package as well. You know I gotta give you guys the cold start. Guys, we'll make that sound better soon. So let's have a look under the hood. Under here we have a 2.0 inline 4 turbo engine. It produces 280 horsepower, and I think the torque numbers are pretty similar to that. Yeah, it's a tight looking little engine. Looks cool. It's definitely quick. This is probably one of the quickest SUVs I've driven. I've driven the Jaguar S line, whatever it is, the F-Pace, Jaguar F-Pace. I've driven the Land Rover or Range Rover Evoque. I've driven the NX Lexus and the RX Lexus. This one would put all of those to shame. It's probably a competitor with the Porsche Macan, but this is a lot cheaper. So, you know, I haven't really done any mods on one of these before, and we're probably not going to dive into too much performance modifications with it, since I am trying to keep this really reliable and maintain the warranty for my wife. But again, this is a great sporty little car. Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Maserati, Ferrari, they all kind of have a relationship with one another. They've all kind of been owned by each other and everything. Ferrari's broken off at this point, but Ferrari, I've been told, actually helped develop this engine as well as the engine that's in the Quattrofolio version of this car, which is a twin turbo V6, which also shares the same engine as the Maserati Levante, or I think that's how you pronounce it, but that's their SUV. So Ferrari helped develop that twin turbo engine, but they also helped develop the standard 2.0 turbo engine that's in this car. I think that's kind of cool. And they told me that the transmission is actually built by a German company. I'm not too sure, but it's an 8-speed transmission and it drives great. All right, so let's look at the trunk. Automatic liftgate, it's always nice to have. See up here, little sunshade back here. The rear seats fully fold down. You got plenty of room back here. Look, I mean, just jump up in here. Plenty of room for my dumbass in here. It's awesome. Can lift up under here. Got your little tire pump right there to get a flat tire. Everything to change it. That's kind of cool. Front license plate holder. Thank God we live in Florida, don't have to deal with that. Then just push up there, and it closes. No, in my opinion, I think that this is a great looking SUV. The only other SUV in the price range that I honestly think even competes with it on far as looks go is the Macan. You know, my wife loves the Porsche. I do too. But when it comes to dollar price points and what you're getting for your money, the Stelvio wins every time. You're looking at a base model Macan, even though the numbers online say, you know, mid 40s or 50s, whatever it is right now, you're still looking at, you know, close to $60,000, and you're not getting any of the options. You're definitely not getting the options that you would get in one of these. And like I said, this is in the 40s. This is, you know, this is definitely affordable for a sporty SUV. So let's have a look at the key. It's a pretty good looking key in my opinion. You get the nice Alfa Romeo crest on the back. Nice little script right there. It's not, you know, it's not too small, not too big of a key. You got the lock, unlock, pop the trunk, and the push button start, which I think it's kind of cool. Push it twice and she starts up. Eventually. Yeah. So you can see, just outside looking in, all black leather. Get the nice embossed, I think that's what it is, embossed, pressed logo into the seats. Get nice sporty flat bottom steering wheel. You get like this wood grain finish all around here, up top. Yeah, it's a great little car. Let's go ahead, push button on the steering wheel like a Ferrari. Really cool. Let's turn that off. close the door. So on my first Stelvio, that was the sport model. So it had the really cool 488 paddle shifters on it. Unfortunately, we didn't get the sport this time, so no paddle shifters, but nonetheless, still a really cool car. Sacrificed that to upgrade on everything else. And I think, honestly, in my opinion, the biggest upgrade is the new infotainment center. If you had ever been in a 2018 or 19 Stelvio, you would know, or even if you know anything about Alfa Romeo, you know their electronics, you don't really buy an Alfa for the electronics. You buy it for the driving experience. So it was definitely lacking in the infotainment department. You had to use, you know, like these toggle wheels, but now, thank goodness, it's touchscreen. That makes all the difference. Look at that. It's honestly, it's a really cool screen as well. You see here, it's got like boost gauge, a torque meter, oil pressure gauge up there, all the performance stuff. You can make it a larger screen. Look at that. You got a boost gauge and everything. That's awesome. That's sick. You know, this is, you know, in a $40,000 SUV. That's badass. So, you know, you get all the cool climate controls, you get the driver assist safety right there, which I think is awesome. You can, you know, go ahead and customize all that setting. You get Apple CarPlay now, which is a huge thing in my opinion. The 2018 model didn't have that. That's a huge upgrade. And then you come down here, you can still see you have like, it's kind of like the BMW kind of shifter. That's cool. Got the little tricolor Italian flag down here. You get your DNA selector right here. Dynamic, normal, all weather. So, you know, when you change that, say you want to put it in there, it changes up here. Dynamic mode, that's the sport mode. It's the mode you want to drive in. So yeah, you can see inside it kind of looks the same as the previous model, but the biggest upgrade, and I think the biggest upgrade altogether, is definitely the infotainment center. Now, some of you may laugh when I use the term reliable and Alfa Romeo in the same sentence, as, you know, they have a history of being unreliable. But I can only give you my first-hand experience. I had a 2018. I had it for 2 years. Drove it every single day. Had close to 40,000 miles on it. Zero mechanical issues whatsoever. It drove perfect every single day, and it drove perfect when we beat the hell out of it too. I will say the only issue we actually had with the car was with the infotainment center. Sometimes it would take a long time to load up and kickstart. You know, we'd have to turn the car off, but then as soon as you turned it back on, it would be fine again. But as far as the drive, reliability, it was perfect. Now, I might be biased since, you know, I've owned 2 of these things at this point, but I truly think you should consider this car if you're looking for a sporty yet reliable daily driver. You know, it's an SUV. You can fit 5 people comfortably in this thing. The styling of it, I think it looks awesome. It's definitely sporty. It has a really cool line. Second, it's Italian. You know, that's badass too. An Italian car, Italian sporty car at that. And then for the price point, you can get into one of these for low 40,000. That's pretty good when you're looking at, you know, brand new luxury sport, you know, cars or SUVs, whatever you want to call it. And even if you're looking to mod it, you can throw some badass wheels on this thing. You can lower it. You could put a full exhaust on this thing. You can put a downpipe. You can even put a JB4 in this thing and tune it. There's people out there that are making close to 350 horsepower at the wheels in one of these things. That's sick. To get a $40,000 brand new Italian SUV, tune it, and make mid 3s to the wheels. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked this quick little video. We're definitely going to be having some fun with this thing. Again, we're not, you know, she's coming. She's got some stuff lined up. We're going to have some fun with this too. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. Stay safe out there. Don't get that fucking coronavirus. Later. Got a black truck. Got a black SUV. Guess the only thing missing is a black Corvette.